What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Old Volks TV. Today's a big day. I'm finally gonna replace this rubber on this back window. Super crusty. It leaks, and I just can't have it when I'm going to that trip to Arizona coming up in just a few short weeks. We're taking that trip to Arizona, and I don't want any more leaks, so we're gonna replace that seal. But we're not just gonna replace it with rubber. We're gonna replace it with a Wolfgang Safari window. Oh my god, you guys, I'm so excited. I've been wanting one of these since I got this bus. And just, you know, there's so many other things that you gotta buy, like brakes and motors and clutch cables and things like that, that you know, you can just never get around to it. They're not even that much money. It's just, man, there's just other stuff gets in the way. So I made some good trades with a friend of mine, and I ended up with a shiny brand new rear Safari window. It came in the weekend, and I've been kind of drooling over it since then because I knew I wanted to get it on, but I just haven't had the time. Wolfgang, man, can't beat it. Probably the best in the business as far as Safari windows go, and customer support. I've got the jail bars on my window here, and you can put one in there and have these on there, but the slider kind of gets in the way, and it can hit them. So when he ordered the part, I called Wolfgang and I said, hey man, can you guys sell me a set of these sliders? And they just built it that way and sent it out. No extra, nothing, man. Top-notch customer service, can't be beat. They are my favorite color, which is the off-white. It's the only choice you have unless you want stainless. But lucky for me, they match the bus, so I don't have to do anything. I may pull it at some point and paint them black, just because I like the way it looks where you can't see the Safari windows. It looks like regular seals. But for now, I'm just excited to get it in and drive around with it. So we've got the first Wednesday tomorrow, and I want to get it done tonight before we go to the meet. So what you get in your Wolfgang kit, you get a seal, and these are the good kind of seals. The factory seals are these big bulky things. The Wolfgang seals, although there might be some sharp corners, they pinch on to the factory welt, the factory part where the seal connects onto. They pinch onto that, and then the window pushes on this little bubbly part. They work great in the front, and I can only imagine they work great in the rear. I've never had a problem with any of them. You also get a bag of hardware. This is, mine was open. I think I got a little crazy when I slipped the box open with my knife, and I kind of tore the bag, so I lost some screws, but that's cool, and I'll show you why in a minute. So you get two wing nuts, you get the side brackets, go out here for said sliders. You get some dash tabs. Well, I guess they're not dash tabs, but little mounting tabs for the latches to latch onto back here. Whoa, don't drop them, they're shiny. A handful of screws, a little plastic washers for the sliders. They give you everything you need for a successful install. So this stuff we're going to put up because we don't need this right now. You get some instructions. I've never followed the instructions when I've done Safari windows, and they've come out okay, but I was reading these and they make some good points. You know, so we'll kind of combine theirs with my method, which I feel like my method is kind of the easiest way to do it. Maybe that's just because I've done so many. But we will kind of compare the two, and we'll get it in there. Didn't really take that long either. And then of course the window and some stickers. They always throw in some stickers, which is cool. So let me get this thing unwrapped, and I'll show you how to get the old window out, and then we'll get to work. All right, so what we're looking at here is we've got the you know, the old crispy seal here, and that sits on that little channel, and the glass kind of sits in between there. This one even looks like it's been already cut at one point. So the easiest way to get this out is with a helper. I don't have a helper, so I'm just gonna go at it. What I have found that you can do is you can cut the whole thing and just not cut some of the bottom. And right across here, this will kind of hold the window in place. Then when you open this, you can reach in and push it out and then remove it. So really, you just get your favorite super sharp knife, plunge it up in there somewhere until you find metal, and then you just drag her on away like that. Just like that. You may have to make a couple passes, but if it's old and super hard, it may be a little bit hard to cut. This one seems like it's cutting pretty easy. As long as you hold your knife in a flat against the glass motion, not like this, you're not going to scratch it, and then it's still going to be good. See there? We got it. Just go a little bit more. The corners here are a little bit tricky. We're not going to do the whole bottom though, you see, because we want that rubber to sort of hold that glass in there still. And then we get this side over here. That's a lot easier to do with two hands. Put that little guy down. We really don't want this glass to fall out. Should probably be wearing gloves for this just in case, but I like to live dangerously. This seal is no good anyways anymore, so it doesn't matter. There's no way to save the glass and the seal, as far as I know. Alright, let's see. Not yet. That inner seal's coming down now though. Let's just go ahead and cut it. See, I got all these fancy stickers on here that I want to keep. Also, I think I'm going to hang this in the bar. And just like that, she's out. It's not too bad. Just clean that up with a little rubber or a wire brush. I'll have to come in here and weld in a patch. Oop, a bigger patch. But overall not that bad. So we'll wire brush it for now, and then I'll come back and fix it. First thing you got to do is put the seal on, because this determines where the bracket is screwed in front to back. So you want to start in the middle-ish. It's really just as easy as pinching it on and you know, just pushing it around the outside, just like that. I'll switch to super fast mode so you don't have to watch. Go! So what you have to pay careful attention to is to make sure that it's all the way seated, and that's why I kind of cheated. Brought out the old rubber mallet, because you want that thing to grip all the way down, so then you go all the way back around it and make sure see, mine's a little crusty on the bottom, so it doesn't want to go on very well, and you want to make sure that the top corners, when you do it, that's why there's extra here, just so you can really mush it in there and cut it to size. So what you want to do is take your dikes or your tin snips or something that's going to cut really good, and don't cut it exactly even because it's going to shrink a little bit. You want to cut it a little bit long. Be careful, because right here is going to be right in there. Can't see it, but there's a metal. There's metal in there. It's going to be sharp, so you don't want to cut your finger. And right here on the top of the window, where we have our two hinges, is the middle, and I measured it. But don't trust that it's the middle. Measure it, because you never know, they might have been off just a hair. This is very important. So I measured it, and it is the middle. So when we set this window in there, keeping a hand on the bottom always. Okay, so now we know roughly where the middle is. So it's that dot, second dot that I made. Check your side gaps here. So here comes the tricky bit. And this is where it's really helpful to have a friend. We got to screw that hinge up here without dropping the glass. Now, they give you these little sheet metal screws, which works good. You know, it's a fine way to do it. But I find that if you use, these are called tech screws. These are little self-drilling screws. You can see that in there. These will make their own little hole. And these are a smaller size than what they give you. These are number 8s and these are number 10s. So what that's going to do is this will eventually become a pilot hole for that screw, but I don't have to pre-drill any, you know, any holes. You can put this, kind of shove that seal, and you line up your middle mark. You guys all getting nervous? I am. There we go. There we go. It's actually not as hard as it looks. Now the reason we use those little smaller than regular screws, tech screws, is because these are smaller than the hole that's in that, you know, those hinges. So what that's going to let us do, loosen them up just a little bit, and that is actually going to let you adjust the window to make sure that it's tight. So you get them just snug with the screwdriver to where it'll still move if you push it, but it'll stay. And that way you can get it tight against that seal so that it's sealing. Keeps the water out. And I like to start it out, you know, pushed up away from the glass as much as possible, or from the frame rather, out. And I'll show you why in a second here. Take your latch that they give you, and it's got these two holes in it, and that's so you can screw it in there. What I like to do is, you don't want to pull on these too much, but the window's loose enough you can kind of push it down, and you want to get that latch right on that little. These are all replaceable too. Every part on there. There we go. So you get that latch centered right on that little guy. Just a little tap just to get it. You want it right in the middle. And what that's going to do is, when you have that right where you want it, now this is the tightest this window is going to be, right there. Like, it's secured, it's pushed out here, so it's loose at the top, but it's tight at the bottom. The bottom of the window is now as tight as it wants to be without snapping off the latches. Take a couple of these screws again. That's one of the ways that my method differs from the Wolfgang method. They say to do these towards the end, but even on the front windows, I find if you get a couple screws in the top and leave them a little bit loose, and you let this tighten down, now we can go push it, because the screws are just snug. When we push the top, that'll stay, and then we can unlatch these, open it again, and then tighten those down, and then we'll have a good base as long as we're getting good compression on the seal, which we're actually getting right now pretty much everywhere. So we put this, now we can push that top, and then when we do the middle, you know, we'll get these tight, and then we'll do a couple more over here, and then we'll push this tight again, because the window has kind of a curve to it a little bit. We want to make sure that it's pushing all the seals evenly. Alright, well, there you go. It shuts, opens, it squeezes the seal nice. Now what we have left to do is the little side latches. But before I can do that, I gotta put these jail bars back on to make sure that I can clear the jail bar with my bracket. I don't want to make it too close. This is the trickier part, is where to put the latches, for the sliders, you know, the little tabs. These are intended to be welded on, in which we will weld them on. But I like to start with a screw first, just because once you weld it on there, it's welded, it's part of the bus. So we want to make sure that if we need to make any adjustments, we have a screw, and we start with just one screw. In case we need to make a bunch of adjustments, you're going to run out of places to put it. So we just sort of thread these tabs on there. Basically all you do is latch the window shut so that it's as closed as it can be, and we don't have to worry about the window moving. And then you have your latch, and you slide it all the way to the end, and you kind of see where that sits on the hatch here. When you tighten it up, it's going to move a little bit. You have to be very careful that the outer edge of this bracket doesn't stick out past the edge of the hatch, because it'll catch on something here, and you know, we don't want that. So you get that snug. You don't have to make it extreme tight. Just get it snug and kind of make sure that it's not, you don't want to twist it, because then it'll get hung up somewhere else. You just want to make sure that it's kind of following that line. Hold it tight there. Okay, one screw to rule them all. You loosen them up. You don't have to take them all the way out. You just give them a crack so they're loose. Looks like we did okay. Should be sort of horizontal. It can be a little bit further. Can be a little bit more open. You know, it just depends on how the brackets go in there. So we're going to add another screw just to hold our bracket in place. And then what's going to make it easy to weld when we weld it, is having it screwed in place, and you tack it around the outside, and then take those screws out and then plug weld where the screws were. And you have to open this when you're welding this. You want to open that and cover it up so you don't get slag on the glass. Some people will leave them just with screws, or I've heard of people using using a rivet nut, rivet nut, whatever. You can totally do that. These things wiggle a lot as they're open. Eventually, that's gonna, wiggle its way out, and then you'll have a loose Safari, and that's no good. All right, there we go. Job done, ish. I gotta get back in there and weld those tabs on, and try and match that primer so I can paint the inside and it doesn't, look weird. Because right now, being that this was a panel, the inside is that gray primer, the outside is painted. So I'm gonna try and match that for the brackets, so it looks sort of factory, even though these aren't factory. It'll look a little better anyways, and it won't rust. I gotta come in here and patch these panels anyways, paint the inside of the frame a little bit. But I think it should be good for now. So it was fun, it was easy. You can do it, everybody can do it. Just get with our pals over there at Wolfgang International, and I'll throw the link down below I'll just throw their website down there. You can find your own stuff, because they got all kinds of stuff, shifters and windows and everything. So, but you can totally do it with hand tools. Even if you don't have a welder, you could get away with shooting some screws in there and then taking it to a muffler shop or something and having them tack those on for you cheap enough. It's definitely easier with a helper, but I just did it alone so I could show you that it can be done on your own. It's not that scary. Drilling holes in a bus is scary, but this is not that bad. And like I said, it's for a good cause. So I had fun. I hope you had fun again. Thanks for hanging out, and hit that subscribe button, hit the little bell, comment down below if you got one, if I did something wrong, if I did something weird, if you just have a question about something I did, or you just want to say hello. Comment down below on there. I usually try to answer all those comments. So with that, thanks for watching.